Today we are at Watch Meet, Utah Horological Society, this building here.
Today's video is gonna be a little bit different of a style, but I'm sure you've all heard of the brand Christopher Ward. Today I'm wearing the 12 that I have. In collaboration with the Horological Society of Utah, which I'm a part of, they're coming today to talk about some history, some watches. Let's go check them out.
We're gonna see Christopher Ward watches. Show your watch. Oh. That's what we're here to see today. Hopefully the owner of the company came and he's gonna tell us about some cool timepieces for our wrists.
I'm not quite sure if I can say that this is an underrated watch, but I personally believe that the 12 by Christopher Ward is an underrated watch. I have owned this watch for 1 year now, and these are 1 year of this is 1 year's worth of my thoughts on owning the 12 by Christopher Ward. Today on my wrist, I am wearing the Omega Seamaster on a brand new colorway from Artem Straps. This is their Hydroflex strap. It's a kind of hybrid FKM rubber sailcloth strap, and in my honest opinion, it is the most comfortable strap that I have ever had. They just recently dropped this new colorway and they sent it out to me, so shout out to Artem for that. To be completely honest with you, I do not believe that this matches with my Seamaster, but out of all the watches I have, this one looks the most okay. I think like with an Explorer 2, the newer reference, I think that would look good. I will have linked below an Artem Straps affiliate link. If you go and you check out any straps and you end up buying them, with that link, it helps out me and the channel. But Artem does not pay me to say anything. They just occasionally send me straps to showcase. I don't have to say anything good about them. I personally would not accept any kind of deal situation with a company if they want me to stick to a script or say certain things about their products. Artem is awesome, and they literally just send me straps to showcase and give my thoughts on. They are expensive, they are by no means cheap, but I do think that they are extremely comfortable, and the quality is very good. But back to my 12 by Christopher Ward. Like I said, I've had this for 1 year, and in the previous videos I've had talking about this watch, I said that it was the watch that scratched my itch for the integrated bracelet sports watch. And after 1 year's time, I still feel the exact same way. I don't feel that if you wanted an AP or a Patek, like a Nautilus or Royal Oak, if you wanted something that caliber, I don't think this watch is going to suffice, in my opinion. But if you like the design of that style watch and you want something attainable and well priced, but at the same time feels like you are getting your money's worth, I feel like this is absolutely one of those options. It is not a cheap watch, and you can get a PRX by Tissot for much cheaper. But in my opinion, I think that you do get your money's worth when you buy this watch. It feels like a more solid and more refined product. And in every way, the finishing is higher quality and more aesthetically pleasing, to me at least, than the PRX is. If your main goal is bang for buck and you want a really good movement for the money, I would honestly probably say go the PRX route. You get 80 hours of power reserve, you still get a good quality watch. However, it must be said that the finishing is not as good as it is on the 12. I really don't know how Christopher Ward does it. I genuinely am so impressed by all of their products. As you saw earlier in this video, Christopher Ward actually came and visited the Horological Society of Utah, which I'm a part of, and they showcased a ton of their products. I got to see an unreleased watch that's about to be out maybe by the time this video's out. A bunch of their dive watches, their new Super Compressor Pro or Elite or whatever the full name is. All of the 12s, including the 12X and the 12 Titanium, both of which I've never had my hands on. And also the Bel Canto, which is probably their most famous watch, I would say. And all in all, after getting my hands on with a bunch of Christopher Ward products, my opinion is still true as when I first got this watch. I don't really understand how Christopher Ward does what they do for the price that they do. When I wear this watch, it feels like I'm wearing an equivalent of a $3,000 to $4,000 watch in terms of just how the product feels and looks. I'm sure it's like this with many watch collectors, but I feel that once you start collecting watches and you start spending more of your money on watches and you get into that price bracket where it's over $2,000, maybe a little bit around hovering around $4,000, at least for me, it's kind of hard to go back to watches that are under $1,000. I still respect and love them, But when it comes to actual wrist time and what specific watches are spent on my wrist, my top 3 right now are the Christopher Ward the 12, my Omega Seamaster, and my Tudor Black Bay Pro. However, when I wear the 12, it doesn't feel like the cheapest of my watches. It feels just on par with the Tudor and the Omega, both in terms of finishing, how the product feels. I just really couldn't say enough good about this watch. In 1 year's time, my taste hasn't really changed that much. I still do love wearing really small, relatively really small watches. This is 36 millimeters. I would say it wears more like a 35, maybe a little bit smaller, a hair smaller than a 36. And funny enough, this is actually the most complimented watch that I have, especially at the Horological Society of Utah, or whenever I'm at a watch-related event. This watch gets the most attention out of any of my other watches. And like my thoughts, almost every other person who asks me about it, their thoughts are the same. The finishing is crazy. It looks super nice for the money. That's such a crazy dial. If you've ever considered getting a Christopher Ward product, honestly, do it. Their warranty is, I believe, about 5 years long if anything goes bad. You have, when you buy it, up to 60 days to return it, and you just get such a refined product for your money. I don't really want to dive into the specifics about this watch again, because you can just check out my other videos on this watch. But long story short, after 1 whole year of wearing this watch, I love this watch. This is going to be staying in the collection for the foreseeable future, as my integrated bracelet watch still gets a bunch of wrist time, and I just really could not say enough good things about this watch. As always, I appreciate you for watching the video, and if you've gotten to this point, you get a golden star. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.